It's that time of the week again. Premier League predictions, game week 26. Strap yourselves in and let's see how we predict this week's fixtures to go down. Yes, my hair keeps on growing and growing and growing. It's lockdown in England. I can't get it cut. I'm sorry. On with the video, guys. Enjoy. Hello and welcome back to the channel. As usual, it is game week 26 of the Premier League. Let's get our predictions in, but first of all, let's have a look at last week's fixtures and see how we predicted the results to go. So let's get on to last week's video, but before we start that, how about subscribing if you are new to the channel, and leave a like if you're enjoying this series so far. Plenty of episodes we've done previously, done very, very well on this channel. I'd like to thank you for the support you've shown so far. But if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 1.2k subs, trying to get there by the end of the month. We've got about a week to go to get 50 or subs, so hopefully we can reach that with your support, guys. Let's get on with the video, guys, and last week's predictions. So, as you guys can see on the screen around me, last week's Premier League predictions, did they go well? I haven't actually remembered what I predicted last week, so I have to have a look at what we've done here. Wolves, we said would be a 2-1 win to Wolves versus Leeds. They won 1-0, correct result, not a correct scoreline. Southampton said would be a 2-0 win for Chelsea. They drew 1-0, not a great result for Chelsea, to be fair. Southampton are a tough place to go, but they have been dropping points recently, but I think Chelsea should have probably won that, so 1-1 draw is disappointing for them. Burnley, West Brom said would be a 1-0 to Burnley, it was a 0-0. Everton versus Liverpool, I said it would be a 2-1 Liverpool win. It was a 2-0 Everton win. Fulham, Sheffield United said it would be a 2-0 Fulham win. It was a 1-0 Fulham win. West Ham versus Spurs, 2-1 of course. I'm a genius. Correct result and scoreline there. Villa Leicester, 3-1. I said it was a 2-1 win to Leicester. Arsenal City said it was a 3-1. It was a 1-0. Not as a high scoring game as I'd hoped for or as expected. Man U versus Newcastle, sorry. 3-0 I said. It was a 3-1. And Palace versus Brighton were at home, said they win 2-1, they lost 2-1. So we weren't too far off a lot of the results. A lot of the results were correct, just the scorelines were off. A couple of wrong predictions, mainly Liverpool and Brighton. But overall, a very successful week, and I'm very happy with how we've done. But on to this week's game week 26, of course. Let's have a look how we predict this week to go. So we're going to kick off with obviously the biggest game of the season, the two main title contenders face to face to start off game week 26, of course. It's none other than West Ham United versus City, or Man City versus West Ham United, shall we say. City are at home for this one. Now, my head does say we'll lose. I mean, I know we'll lose. I know for a fact we'll lose. I'm not even doubting that West Ham will lose this game. I think City have won like 18 on the bounce. But I've gone for a 2-2 draw because I can't face myself to put a loss. I think we're in such good form recently. 9 out of 12 we've won of our last 12 Premier League games, which is unheard of pretty much. I think we've lost one of those. I think we drew 2, lost 1. So in 12 games, we've lost 1 game. Unheard of for West Ham, but Man City are a different animal this year. 17, 18 wins in a row. They're playing Champions League right now. I think they're beating Mönchengladbach 1-0 as I'm recording this. But anyway, I've gone for a 2-2 draw there. I mean, my head says 2-1 City or 3-1 City, but I think we're going to have to go for a 2-2 draw. So I can't face us losing. I can't face predicting us to lose, and I never will predict us to lose. So I've gone for a 2-2 draw there. I think West Ham will open the scoring, but City will come back and score 2 goals. Maybe get a late equaliser in my head. In my heart, we get a late equaliser. In my head, they go on and score another. That is my prediction for there. West Brom versus Brighton. I've gone for an away 2-1 Brighton win. Obviously, West Brom during the week, last week, and Brighton lost the derby, the derby, the so-called derby, shall we say, the N23 derby to Palace. I think Brighton will come back there and win 2-1 versus West Brom. I wrote it down originally as a 1-0 West Brom win. Now I realise that Brighton aren't a bad side, so I've gone for a 2-1 away win there. But it could come back to bite me. It could be a 1-0 West Brom win as a backup result. Leeds versus Villa here. I'm not a fan of either of these teams. So if both could lose, that'd be great. But I've gone for a 1-0 away Villa win, which normally means Villa lose. When I bet on Villa to win, Villa lose. So I've gone for a 1-0 Villa win. I think Leeds probably will be outshone by both promoted. No, they won't, not both. What am I talking about? Villa were here last year. That's how much I don't even care about them. I forgot they were in the Prem last year. Gone for a 1-0 Villa win. Let's move on from that prediction because that was terrible. Newcastle versus Wolves next. I've gone for a 1-0 away win versus Newcastle for Wolves. I think Newcastle are a poor side getting dragged down as a relegation battle. If Fulham win this weekend, I think they're like 4 points or 5 points off. Let's have a look. In the table, if Fulham win, they go level on points with Newcastle and their goal difference is superior. So if Fulham win and Newcastle lose, the gap has tightened massively, with Brighton only 1 point clear of Fulham if Fulham win as well. But we've gone for a 1-0 Wolves win there. Back to winning ways for Wolves, I reckon. Newcastle are a poor side in my eyes. Palace versus Fulham, the final game of the first half of these predictions. I've gone for a 2-1 Fulham win. I think Palace are slowly creeping down. They won't go down, of course. I think the teams below them are far worse than they are. But I think Fulham play some nice football at times. Just got up the defence a bit, which they have done in recent weeks. Gone to one of the best defences in recent results. But I've gone for a 2-1 Fulham win there. I think Palace do score, but I think Fulham, hopefully... But I like Scott Parker. As you guys can see, I'm a West Ham fan. I do like Scott Parker, a club icon, shall we say, or a modern-day icon for the club. I hope he does well. I hope Fulham stay up. I don't mind Fulham. I know they're a London club, but really... They're not really harming anyone by being in the Prem, that's what I think. Fulham are kind of the gentle club in the league when no one really cares what they do. But I hope they stay up because of Scott Parker. On to the second half of the Premier League prediction fixtures for game week 26. We've got a big one here. Leicester versus Arsenal. Obviously, Leicester are pushing for top 4. They're third place right now. Arsenal, I said they would be top 4 at the start of the season. They are 11 points off, so it's looking like they're not going to be getting top 4 this year. Top 8 is still on the cards for sure. I think top 8 overall wouldn't be a bad season for Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, let me know in the comments below, guys. Also, let me know your weekly predictions, guys, in the comments as well. Let me know what your results are going to be in your head. But I think Leicester win this 3-1 versus Arsenal. I think they're outclassing Arsenal. Third place versus mid-table sides. You've got to look at it not with the names, but with the positions this year. It is 25 games in. A team that's 11th hasn't been that great. A team that is third have been very, very impressive. So going for a 3-1 home win there. In previous years, I say Arsenal have a good fight, but I think Leicester get away with this and win 3-1 quite convincingly. On to Spurs versus Burnley. Once again, Spurs have fallen in recent weeks, but I've gone for a 3-1 home win versus Burnley. Not much to say when it comes to Burnley. I don't really talk about them too much. I don't really watch them at all. I can't remember the last time I watched a Burnley game, probably when they play West Ham. That was probably the last time I watched a bit of Burnley. Chelsea versus Man United, a big game of the weekend, probably the biggest, arguably behind West Ham and City if you're biased. I've gone for a 2-1 home Chelsea win there. I think Chelsea pile on the pressure to West Ham, possibly overtake them if West Ham don't win versus Man City. I've gone for a home Chelsea win there. Chelsea looking in decent form, obviously beat Atletico Madrid in the Champions League during the midweek. Gone for a 2-1 home win there. The penultimate game of the weekend, Sheffield United versus Liverpool. Straightforward 3-0 Liverpool win for me. Away win there. Sheffield United rock bottom of the table. Going to stay there for the rest of the season. I think in my eyes 3-0 win for Liverpool there. Back to winning ways. And the final game of this weekend, of course, Everton after the high of beating Liverpool at Anfield for the first time in years versus Southampton. I've gone for a 2-1 Everton win. I think Everton win this convincingly. They pile on the pressure to West Ham. If they win, they've still got game in hand. There are 2 points behind West Ham. So the gap is closing in the top 7 of the table here. I think Everton win this. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully West Ham win somehow versus Man City and open the gap a little between us and 5th and 6th. But I think these are my predictions, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Like I say, guys, in the comments below, leave your predictions. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll catch you all next week for some more Premier League prediction videos. See you later, guys.